Welcome back to WTOL 11 Your Day. I'm Ryan Brandt. Most retirees don't realize that their financial plan expires at retirement. I know I didn't know that. Joining me now is Josh Maley. He's with Golden Reserve, a Toledo area retirement planning firm that helps people in or nearing retirement. Josh is also a popular radio show host. Josh, good morning and thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Ryan. Thanks for having me.
All right, so I'm hearing some things that your plan can possibly expire. I didn't know that.
Yeah, unfortunately, most people don't know that. And I think one of the things that we need to realize as we kind of get into retirement is that, our plan can effectively change. If you think about retirement as kind of making your way up and down a mountain, you have a plan for getting up the mountain. And unfortunately, that same plan doesn't work as you get your way, start making your way down that mountain. You summit the mountain, that's the day you retire, and you get ready to head down. And what we see is a lot of people not really changing their plan. They're using the same strategy that they use to get up that mountain to get down, and unfortunately it just doesn't work. There are a lot of things that we have to account for on the way down the mountain that uphill plan simply doesn't do.
Now, what are the biggest risks of not updating your expired plan?
Yeah, I think there are four major risks that we're going to look at. The first is in regard to taxes. If we don't have a plan that surrounds taxes, particularly when it comes to paying taxes on those IRA accounts that we have, that could be a big one that we have to deal with. The second one comes in the form of market risk. We know what our plan looks like on the way up the mountain, but we know we have to adjust that risk on the way down. We have to make sure that we're accounting for additional risk on the way down the mountain because we're not working anymore, right? We can't contribute money to those accounts simply like we used to when we were working. The third would be really fees, right? We want to make sure that as we're making our way down that retirement mountain, that we're not paying more than we have to have somebody help us with our retirement portfolio. And then lastly is going to be long-term care. That's the biggie, and that's one that if there's no plan for, that can be really disastrous. It can kind of ruin that whole retirement trip for you.
Now, a lot of people think, okay, I've retired, I'm good to go, nothing to worry about ever again. But some retirees do fall asleep at the wheel, don't they?
They do. Unfortunately, I think a lot of retirees get used to working with the same uphill financial advisors they've worked with for the past 10, 15, 20 years. And they think that, okay, I've retired. The hard work is done. I made it and I got to the summit. And unfortunately, what you find, especially today, is that the challenges that retirees are facing today are much greater than they were facing 15, 20, 30 years ago. And unfortunately, we're not seeing financial advisors adjust and make sure that their clients are prepared the right way for retirement. And so it's easy for them to fall asleep at the wheel simply because the people they trust to help get down the mountain, help guide them down that mountain, those people are falling asleep at the wheel as well.
So what professionals should retirees use to get down that mountain?
Yeah, I think there are three people you want to make sure that you have kind of on your team, right? The first one is a retirement planner, somebody that specifically works with people that are in retirement, right? Not somebody that spends 90% of their time focusing on people growing their assets and getting up the mountain, but somebody that spends the majority of their time actually working with people on the way down that mountain. The second is definitely an elder care attorney, right? We want an attorney that allows us to have a partnership, right, and a relationship to make sure that we're protecting your retirement from some of those biggest risk. And we talked about that long-term care boulder, and an elder care attorney is often one of the best experts that we can use and we can have on our team to make sure that we're protecting our assets. And then lastly is an accountant, right? We want an accountant or a CPA on our team that understands how to create those tax plans to avoid paying more taxes than you have to on those IRA accounts that you saved a lifetime for.
For you at home, if you're wondering if your plan for retirement is about to or has already expired, Josh has a great offer for you. Right now, for the first 5 callers with a portfolio of $250,000 or greater, he's offering a complimentary roadmap for retirement. This will allow Josh's team of retirement planners to sit down with you to assess where you are, then build a plan that covers taxes, market risks, investment fees, and long-term care costs. It's your own roadmap to get down the retirement mountain safely. Call 419-749-6780.
Now, this sounds like quite a deal, Josh. Tell us a little bit more about this special offer.
Yeah, I'd love to. We'd just like to sit down with you and really make sure that you're ready, right? Whether you're getting ready to retire or whether you're in retirement, we've got offices in the Toledo area, we've got offices in the Findlay area that we'd love to have you into. Sit down and make sure that, we've got those boulders covered. Make sure that we're ready for that tax boulder, the market risk boulder, fees, and that long-term care boulder, and that you're ready to make that journey down. We'd love to give you a second opinion on how ready you are.
Well, Josh, thank you and Golden Reserve for joining us this morning.
I appreciate you having me, Ryan.
WTOL 11 Your Day will be back in just a moment.